literally just switch feet, reach out, cut, and key up. Okay, one more time. 8. Pull! Yes.
Good morning, Jill.
That's it.
Good morning, Nicholas Shaw.
Switch feet. Yes, you want to do it with me.
Hey, Steve.
Everybody watch here, please. Watch with Michael and I. Watch. Watch my right hand. See my right hand? See my left hand? Right hand. Here we go. When I come here, 8. I'm turning this hand over. Why? So I can control it, right? So I can gouge the tip through his face, right? When you hold it here, what happens? When you cut, turn that hand over. And notice I'm reaching. Watch again. 8. Okay. You want this movement to be together. Keep going.
Hey everyone, this is John from RVA Katana in Richmond, Virginia. We are going to open up shop in about 20 minutes, but Scott has his class going on right now. This is the cool thing about this place is that all our swords finalists, and we'll wheel them out at the end of it all. But for now, here we are. Hitachi with Kokurase Mata Blade. Yeah, we have one here, Uchiha 3N, but we can show it after the class is over. Right now, obviously, there's a class going on, so we can't do it.
Here. Get the work. Where you go? Where you go? Get the work. Oh, you get the steps in. I got it.
Don't ask. I have no idea what Scott just did.
Hey. Yeah. Oh.
There's a cute girl walking by.
Turn that knuckle over. Yes. Good job. All right, Reef, go ahead. You two, Reef and Henry. Hey. Oh.
Yeah, that's tough.
8. Get up, switch. Jump up. Just come back. Do it with me. All right, shoot up. You do it with you. Oh. Yeah. So come back to dive with them. Right here. Just switch feet. Oh. And extend your arm. Can you do it?
Sorry, I'm making an adjustment to the camera. It did not work as well as I thought it would. I'm going to change it again.
Hey.
Is that the move from Sekiro? It wouldn't surprise me. Basically, these are moves that you would see in any Japanese sword art. So if it's in Sekiro, it wouldn't surprise me.
Hey. That's it. Oh. You two, do with me. One of you come inside. I'm right here, face up. Shoot that. 8. What now?
So for those of you who are just joining in, this is John from RVA Katana. I just realized what was happening here. I'm going to make an adjustment to the angle of this camera, and maybe you guys can get a better view of this.
Yeah.
Alright. Use the Obi-Wan. Is that like having the high ground? Do the Darth Vader. That's like having the low ground. Can I practice these moves in the middle of the street right now, please? I mean, if you want to, sure.
8. Hey. Hold. Hey. Hold. Hey. Hold. Hold. 8. Turn your palm. Hold. Hold.
So, interesting thing, they are receiving the blow. Well, technically, we'll see what's happening.
All right, bow to your partner.
Oh, too
One
late.
more switch. Move down one. Person at the end, come on down. One more. Let's go. One more rotation. Same thing. 5 each. Height. 5 each. Do 5, and the other person does 5. Everybody stop. Before you begin, watch with Michael and I.
Running down river, is that part of your the training for the armored fight?
8. Make sure you're touching. You're there. If you drop it, you can touch. Everybody got it? That's why we're using these, so in case you slip a little bit, you know, he knows it's not gonna hurt him like a Vulcan would, okay? But this is not worth it. You're in a bad position here. So make sure you're really extending. Continue.
For those of you who don't know, the Ronin Downriver is an MMA fighter. I believe a professional MMA fighter. And he will be fighting armored competitions soon, like with a sword. In any case, he is here. And if he says that it works for him, I would take it to heart. By the way, follow the Ronin Downriver. He has some really great videos.
Switch feet.
Cobra Kai never dies. So, are you using a samurai sword, Mario?
Everybody watch here, please. Watch Michael and Reef. One more time, keep going. When Michael doesn't knock Reef's sword off line, don't knock it off. He's still gonna, this is called Ayuchi. Say it, Ayuchi. Mutual slaying, okay? Why did this happen? I'll tell you why. Because Michael was so focused on the end, he didn't have to get in the middle, and now he's dead too. Okay, so start again. Now it's important to understand the Tsuryage. Michael has to get Reef's sword off that center line. Now he has a little more freedom. Everybody get that? Okay. So don't lose track of this Tsuryage. Say it, Tsuryage. Rising up. The rising up block. The whole concept on Tsuryage is to control the center. And keep the center controlled. Keep going.
So interesting thing about this is notice how when he takes it offline, you know, we have had several swords, antique swords, that when they have damage, it's damage on the spine. So this is the sort of thing, it's probably where a sword, your opponent's sword, bit into your blade. So because we oftentimes see that.
Nice. Yes, you got the chrome dome a little bit. It's a good thing it's not a Vulcan, right? Yeah, that's why we're using these, right? Hey. Boom. Nice. Turn your knuckle over. Hey.
Can't take Dave anywhere.
Put your palm up. Press. Palm up. The other way. Press. Hey. Weak sauce, right? Turn your knuckle over. Press. Ow.
If I had one of my antique swords here, I could show you it's called a kirikomi. Honmarikizu, which is a term to describe a damage from another sword on another sword. And so we have one on the spine. It probably comes from something like this. They will never do this in real life or in a real situation. You are absolutely right. Do you think we have to do everything because it's practical, or are there lessons to be gained from this? The style is basic Japanese sword arts. Scott, the teacher, he has a license to teach in it's called a menkyo in Kukishinryu, and he also does he's studied several other Japanese sword arts over the years. Sea of Caucasians. I mean, you have to ask yourself, why aren't there many Asians? Could it be that a lot of Asians really aren't interested in this stuff anymore? So,
yes. Good job.
You can't blame the white person for being interested in something. When you try this at home.
All right, everybody stop. We got some questions here. Everybody stop, okay? Pay attention. Stop talking. Who's talking? Stop talking. Watch this. This is a technique called teiburi or shiburi. Can you say that, teiburi? It's like wringing a towel. Okay? Now, typically when we cut, at the moment we make impact, we tighten our grip a little bit. And this tightening of the grip is actually twisting. But it also serves another purpose. So when Jacob here is extended, okay, and his palm is up, when Jacob presses down, he's not pushing the tip into anything. Now think we're wearing armor, right? We're wearing armor. So if I'm wearing armor here, he's not really cutting me. This is like a joke, right? But watch when he turns his knuckle over and he presses down. He may not be cutting me, but what's he taking from me? Yeah, my balance. Now he kicks me. Now he steps forward and kicks me while he's taking. Now I'm down on one knee, and that's easy to take me out. You understand?
Big Brando
So
says
at
boxing
the end
would be
of the
much
cut,
better
you
for
want to turn that
self-defense.
knuckle
Nobody's
over.
arguing with you, dude.
Even if you're not cutting into somebody, but it takes something
You're assuming
from
this is
it,
done
take
for
balance.
self-defense
Also, it's
purposes.
a stronger cut, right? Make sense? This is not very strong. In fact, the weak point is the thumb. Take that out. So it takes a while to learn this, but the whole idea is when you cut, this hand starts to turn over naturally. You're tightening your grip. Okay? Do a few more each and we'll end class. That
Welcome
answer
to
your
everyone
question,
who's
John?
here right now. We are here at RVA Katana in Richmond, Virginia. Scott is teaching his Japanese sword art class. We will be finishing once he closes it up. We will open up the shop. Basically, we have about 500 different types of swords. They're all on rolling racks. They're in the storerooms right now. And so once they are done with class, we are going to roll them all out. You'll see us break it down, not break it up, set it up. Katana, this is in Richmond, Virginia. RVA stands for Richmond, Virginia. Oh.
In order to do that, you can't.
Finger stays on this.
These are noobs. You are absolutely correct. There are several noobs in here. Almost everybody in here is. There are only a couple people who have been here today, who've been here for any more than a year. The vast majority of people who are here now have only been here for a couple weeks.
Put the Fukuro Shinai back. Make a straight line.
Oh, okay, it looks like class is over. So we are going to go ahead and set up shop once Scott has ended class.
All right. Anybody hurt? Try hard. You want to train safe, right? I'd rather you leave all butt hurt, you didn't get a chance to do it, than somebody leaving injured. Make sense? Okay. Who learned something? Anybody learn anything, or was it a waste of time? You should have stayed in bed.
Classes are $12. Hey, are you dead? Classes are $12 an hour.
Before you move back to Bajulon,
Why no women? There are no women today, but there are plenty of women, just none today.
keep your opponent somewhat at bay. I was always,
And you live in a big target. You're a big target. Because I'm going to cut and stack. Who else learned something? Anybody else learn anything? How about you, Jacob?
I've learned that I don't necessarily have to take such great big steps. I can just take like a little one in order to do
That is how Dajidan no Kamae is used. You bring it to life. Now, do you understand Dajidan a little better than just Jodan? Yeah. I think this exercise really hammered down why we do it the way we do it. How about you? Twisting of the hand. Powerful, right? You have this power. It's not using this power, it's
Oh,
using
no, I think
physiology.
RVA day classes are. Oh, I already answered that question.
Yes, the position.
So yeah, we are done, and we're going to go, once he closes, we'll open up shop.
Don't just mimic what your teacher says, understand why is it done this way? What is its purpose? Anybody else? Like,
Keep the weight in the center.
if you weight your center, right? Be able to have this plus or minus. How about you?
The importance of distance.
RVA dad, go to JSARVA.org
Awesome. Good class.
maybe. Here, we'll ask Scott on the way out.
Don't forget to pay me. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Scott,
Next
so-
Saturday after class, we're gonna walk down to the science or the museum, Virginia Museum of Fine Arts, and watch the arm and check out the armor exhibit. Okay? After class, we're all gonna walk down together. So anybody wants to join us next Saturday?
So we're going to set up shop.
Next Saturday. We're also gonna do it Sunday after next Sunday's class, in case somebody can't make Saturday.
Scott, what's your website again? JSARVA.org?
.com.
JSARVA.com.
Hey, good job, new guys. Guys, did great. We're open up just a second. Give us a minute. Yeah, all right, buddy. Have a good one. You gonna buy a sword? Gonna buy a sharp stick?
To me, that looks more, yeah, it's the style of their move, as opposed to very,
accidentally swapped
Think about your pears.
Oh, it's the same.
No, she's back.
It's still
Thank you, sis.
on
Dude, they were so slippery.
Awesome. Can you put it right there under my thumb on that little table? Thanks, I hope you had fun. Come on back.
I know, but they were too slippery. I need to wear them.
A little bit more, Jim.
I need to like walk around outside.
So as you see, we are setting up the borders, and we will fill in the space here.
We just sold a 500-year-old sword. Yeah, just yesterday. We sold two 500-year-old swords yesterday.
So in under 5 minutes, we've transformed from class into a sword store. So anyway, here, check over here if there's any questions you guys have. See? There we go. Chinese swords, Japanese swords here. Mini swords. Scott's taking out the mini swords. Forgot about those. These are practitioner grade swords. Basically, good tight wrap, durable blades. Dragon King, also an excellent brand here. So much liquidity in one place, he should have another store. Should I? Really? You know how much that would extra cost? What class do you run? Scott runs a Japanese sword art class.
Either Venmo's fine.
Do we have Demon Slayer class? Yes, we do, Cal. We have lots of Demon Slayer swords. Looks like that's right. And come back around this way so you can see Demon Slayer swords. Oop. Out of the way, Peck! So here is a Tengen sword. You're asking about Demon Slayer swords. We've actually sold out of our Sanemi and Rengoku, but we will be getting those back in stock soon. But we do have a lot.
one way it's more about the need, the other way it's about the thing.
Let's see. Nicholas Shaw. Yeah, I didn't realize Kratos is in here. I'm gonna add you as moderator, Nicholas Shaw, because you're one of our regular dudes. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna go ahead and confirm. Nicholas Shaw, don't block people for just being assholes. We don't tolerate racism. Don't tolerate overall jerkdom. But people just saying like, "Oh, your sword's your shit" or whatever. That's fine. I will always be the ones who to counteract that. Scottish Claymore's right over there. Let's see. Is it EI or some other form of Budo? It is Kenjutsu. Kenjutsu. Most unique weapon, hard to say.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
How is it just glued on there?
Yeah, they just glue it on. It's made from buffalo horn.
Let's see.
That's cool.
So now we are sword shop. And as you see, a lot of Scott students are now browsing swords. Let's see. Is it free to take part in the class, and what time does this start to end? The class is $12 per class if you take class in person. If you join our Discord, discord.gg/RVA Katana, then you will Scott does teach a free class on most Saturdays at 1 p.m. We are located in Richmond, Virginia. Again, we're here live at RVA Katana. Over 1,000 swords here, or I'm sorry, over 500 some swords. We do have authentic Japanese swords over in here, anywhere from about 150 years old to about 700 years old in that case. 4 hours away. Well, if you ever happen to be coming in this direction, feel free to visit us. So yeah, we have lots and lots of swords here.
You too, pal. Be safe.
If you want to see something, let me know, and I'm happy to show a sword. Tachi over here, Tachi displayed edge down, as opposed to the katana, which are edge up. Hello, Kate and Riley. Preach.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to let you know this is pretty dry.
But that just has this stuff stuck to the grease. It'll come right off. Draw a katana, please. Love our katanas, awesome. Any locations in Jersey? No, but Scott is very proud to be from Jersey. Age limit for class in person, I think Scott takes them starting at 13 or 14, but I don't know exactly. You'd have to ask him. I do not need a katana, but I want one. Isn't that the truth? Nobody needs a katana. Well, maybe an addict does, like I do, but no one really needs one. So draw a katana. I'll draw one for you right here. This is actually not a katana, but a wakizashi. This has what's called a kairitsuno. This is when you have it in your obi, and so when you want to draw it one hand, you can catch on that little hook there. And this one is a Hosodaku style wakizashi. Also available in blue. And in candy red and black. We have a lot of colors.
I like this color.
I do too.
I don't know if this
colors.
shows up. It's like a deep red. Blood red.
Let's see. What's the age limit on your class, Scott?
I say 16, but a mature 13-year-old I'll take. But I typically won't do under 13.
As Scott says, he's not your kid's babysitter. Trust me,
a lot
you
of these
don't want him to
parents,
babysit your kid.
Martial arts like a babysitter and they drop them off. I only want people that want to learn. Yeah.
Don't keep Scott near your kids because at the end of the hour they'll be like bruised and bloodied and yeah. Anyway, he refers to them as crotch goblins. If that tells you anything.
Right. Don't leave your crotch goblins.
Average price we start at $75 and go up into the
He
thousands.
just trashes me on the internet, doesn't he?
I trash you in person too. You're free. You're free to try to trash me back.
Try? Okay, fine, man.
6 head to you, man. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hold
Maybe
on.
like glass houses. What?
I will fix this.
Oh, here we go.
What up, five head?
If he has a chonmage, then I would actually. The efutachi, yeah, we'll show the efutachi. That's very appropriate with Scott wearing the helmet right there. This is from Romance of Men, by the way, the helmet. Go check them out. They have some really great armor.
This one's actually shorter.
Hook swords, I don't really practice with hook swords, so I don't really know much. I don't know a whole lot about them or have any opinion. Orange wakizashi. We don't have any orange wakizashi. Sold out of Tanjiro and Zenitsu. No, we are not. So we can, Scott, if you have your phone, can you adjust our Tanjiro and Zenitsu stock? Kel, are you asking, are these the wooden swords or the steel swords? Because we have both. And Zenitsu, we do have, or not Zenitsu, that's Zatoichi. Where is Zatoichi these days? Oh, it's right there. There's one version of the Zatoichi stick sword right here. This red one. We do carry other versions. Another efutachi. This is the only efutachi that we have in stock. That helmet, yeah, we got that from Romance of Men. Any Zoro. We do have Zoro swords on the back side of this this rack right there. Yeah, Scott's going to...
Again, Zenitsu.
Zenitsu and Tanjiro. Yes, I assume so. So there we are. Those are the Zoro swords right there. No Kusarigama or scythes. I always thought the katanas were held and drawn with the curve facing down. Tanjiro Oji, yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Well, no. Katana are edge up. Edge up. Attack on Titan blades, we do not. Price, we started $75 and go to the thousands. These anime swords are $150. We don't have any 1060 at this present point, so make them all based on 1045s. Yeah, just don't touch the blade with your fingers. Yeah. That is an Irish longsword. Take it out about 50% of the way. Don't breathe on it, please. I'm not joking. It's like breathing. Don't touch the steel finger. Don't breathe on it. Do not mock it. Let's see. We do have an online store. It's rvakatana.com. rvakatana.com. Steel is, I say, Kel, Scott just adjusted our steel Tanjiro because as you see, we do have Tanjiro right there, and Zenitsu. Where is Zenitsu? Oh, maybe we are out of Zenitsu. Actually, we are out of Zenitsu. Hey Scott, we are out of Zenitsu. I forgot. So bring Zenitsu to 0. My bad. Remember we sent the last one out. Sorry about that. We don't actually have Zenitsu. I forgot about that. Hey, Jimmy D's. Can you show the difference between a Cloudhammer longsword and hand and a half sword? Usually we could, but right now Mark has all our European swords at the Queen's Gambit competition. Hattori Hanzo wasn't a swordsmith, so no. We do have Sakai clan swords. Hattori Hanzo was like the most famous shinobi dash quote-unquote ninja ever, probably. Which is to say, you know, as a ninja, you don't want to be famous. We have 3 versions of Sakai clan, but these are 2. One with alloy fittings, the other with brass fittings. This is a carbon steel blade. This is a T-Tank tempered blade.
We have an online store. Would love to browse. Yep, RVA Katana. No loader. The only loader we have is, well, we got rid of Lord of the Rings. We have like a Sting. They call it the Halfling sword, so this is close to Sting to avoid copyright infringement.
And as I become closer, it's not glowing. And with Scott there, it should be glowing. So it's definitely not real.
Proof. I'm not an ogre. I just look like one on TV. Is that etiquette for drawing a sword? Draw 50%, never to breathe on it.
Oh no, that's for your store rules for safety reasons. We've had idiots come in and they'll like take the sword out and they'll just wave it all around and hit things and hit people. Well, no one's been hit yet. So our rule in the shop is for customers never take the blade all the way. This one's okay because it's wood. So these are fun, by the way. The wood swords, you can get these for 50% off if you get a regular sword.
Yeah, if you come into the shop,
How much are these?
$30. If you come into the shop and don't kick the tripod, you never want to draw. This is how you draw a sword. You never want to come in and draw.
Long time no see.
What are you going to draw on us? You want to hold the handle, pull the scabbard off.
Zoro is in Mask of Zoro. Well, that's 2 R's, and that's our. And we don't have. Oh crap! I saw that happening as it was in slow motion. I did. I said, "Oh crap!" And that thing has come off. So we have to like. Yeah. That's okay. That's probably not safe. Let's put it on the rack for now. So we just. It's too long to put on the rack.
It's all right. I got it.
All right. I have a question. Why do some katanas have thicker and bigger blades than others? That really depends. There's a lot of reasons for that. Batasai sword, we only have it from Cloudhammer right now. Purchased from you guys previously, will continue to do so for many years to come. Awesome, Stephen King. Any Odachi? We do have a couple Odachi left. We're almost out of stock. We've sold most of our Odachi, but there are Odachi there. We are in Richmond, yes. Tengen swords, we do have Tengen swords right there on the rack. We're almost out of them. This one is a DMC, no, that's not a DMC3. That is a Wadoichi Mondi. How would a katana do against metal? Basically, no sword does well against metal. We ship within the U.S., no problem. Basically takes about 2 days in the East Coast, 3 to 5 days West Coast. Sun Moon Katana. We have one Sun Moon left. It is the purple one, because James Wilding got our other Sun Moon. Actually, the Moon Veil sold. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know where did you put the Moon Veil? It's sold, so we gotta take it down later. Jeez. We can never keep Sun Moon Veil in. Other weapons? No, I think we want to limit to swords. I mean, if you go too far out, then it comes straight.
It's not the space.
Tenkata, you need help with something? Or what do you need help with? Let us know. All katana are not the same length. You have some variation. Well, Ichigo's Bankai sword be back in stock. We should have some in stock, right? Do we sell out?
We just have do we have that one?
Do we only have one left? So we only have one left, and that's actually our floor model we cut with.
This is
the Moon Veil, which sold out. Yeah, we sold out of it yet again. Katana good for home defense? Not really. Use a gun if you're in the U.S. Katana Koshirae. I'm not sure what you mean. Our store is located in Richmond, Virginia. Katanas are made, for most part, in Longchen, but we do have... Your sword broke in half. What should I do with it? What you can do is you can reprofile it. Well, what kind of steel was it made out of? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more katanas. Ain't that the truth, Jimmy D's? Hey, Ryan Boschel. Kirito, we do not have. Is the new Sea Wave still in the box? Gavin Stewart, no. We took it out. Actually, we haven't put it on the floor yet, but we did take it out yesterday. We unboxed it. But yes, Gavin Stewart, we do have a brand new Sea Wave. Do you have the Dragon Scale blade from ER? No. Moonveil is gorgeous. Any news about a restock? Yeah, we have some more coming on the way. Katana for self-defense if you want to be found dead looking really cool. Ain't that the truth, Meowdy? Of course, that also depends on where you live. What is that hanging on the door? Which door? We have lots of stuff hanging on doors there. Do you have any with the Wu-Tang logo? No, we don't. That'd be a cool Tsuba. Yes, they are full tang and sharp. See you guys later. Yep. You have something with red blade? We do. My friend showed a katana. He said it's from the 1600s and has some verification. But the katana looks bad. That can happen, especially you're looking at an old sword. So oftentimes the old swords can be out of polish or even corroded. Thank you, Big Manny. I carry your katanas on walks. Okay. Coolest katana in the whole store? I mean, that's up to debate, right? I've never made my own, no. The door that is near the front, like the store here, we have Irish longswords, we have a Viking sword, we have 2 claymores. Ammon, be respectful. I didn't see what his comments were, but okay. Oh, he said, bro, answer my question. I didn't even see your question, dude. And you can be rude. You can also say please about it, you know? Please gets you a long way around here. We're Gen Xers, and we still have a sense of politeness. Dragon scale, we're unsure of. No, the one open. Oh, the open door. That's just a saya right there. We just have an extra saya. Amun-Ra, I'm sorry, I missed your question. So instead of being a jerk about it, you can just say please, you know? Hey, sorry if I missed it. Are you able to give the average cost wait time for custom Cloudhammer work? Gavin, that's very hard to say. Cloudhammer has sped up their custom work recently. They were sort of in a bind, I think, catching up a lot of orders. So I would say give yourself 2 months. The cost, you can expect about $100 more than an equivalent sword. Yorichi sword we do have. If you're wondering how to sharpen a katana, you can sharpen it with a whetstone. Not really. The Esper of Omen. We do not. We do not have the Sword of Omen. Let's say I order one. How long is the wait? Nahi depends. If you order something in stock, we ship it off within a day or so. Hey, are they durable? I'd like to have one with either carbon steel or Damascus. Well, carbon steel depends on what kind of carbon steel. Damascus is not going to be as durable as carbon steel. But yes, they are generally pretty durable. The more durable ones are like the spring steels. What's a whetstone? It is a stone that you sharpen a knife on. Does your website have a wait list or something I should check for restocks? Big Manny, soon we will have a email when things are back in stock. We have an Inosuke sword right up there. Do you send your swords or blades to me? I'm a professional knife sharpener. Okay, Deer Trail. Deer Trail has just posted here, so let's see. Deer Trail, if you could feel free to post your contact information. Any rapiers? We do have a side sword, but currently Mark has it down at the competition. Let's see. Giyu Tomioka's is right there. There's Inosuke right there at the very top, and then Giyu underneath it. Let's see. We do have some 4-tier racks in, yes. Oldest sword we have here is 700 years old.
We have one left in the box.
Business is RVA Katana. RVA Katana, based on Richmond, Virginia. The sword like Wailing Dark from Asura's Wrath. We don't, but wow, what a name. Where is this? Noah, this is in Richmond, Virginia. We're in Richmond, Virginia. Kokushiba sword. Yeah, I can show you. Where is Kokushiba sword? Are we out of Kokushiba sword?
We only have the wood.
Oh, so all we have is the wood Kokushiba sword. We've sold out of a lot. There's been a run on Demon Slayer swords. I wonder why. I think it means there's a new season on Crunchyroll. Maybe that's why, but we've had a big run on Demon Slayer swords lately. Yeah, we do have Demon Slayer swords here. Can we see the Sea Wave whack, please? Yeah, I could do that. Sea Wave whack. Gavin knows how to say please. Gavin, you the man. That's all I gotta say. All right, Sea Wave whack Wakazashi right over here.
And got the cat.
And we have the cat back in stock. The whack and the cat.
Where's the cat?
The cat is back, still back on the rack, on the back rack. Wow, we're rhyming in our own way. The whack is back on the cat. The cat is back on the rack. All right. Longsword is better. Yeah, we have plenty of longswords too. But really, you know, a lot of people who are a lot of the people who are busy saying, I would say the vast majority of the people who say, "Oh, longsword is better," probably can't use either. So, I will check your shop online. But are the anime swords less expensive than your proper ones? Depends. Some of our proper ones are actually quite inexpensive. We have like $75 ones. Oh, we have people coming in. Oh, here we are.
So they're doing.
I commented my email. I think it got filtered.
I'm Joe's mom.
Oh, hi.
Scott, nice to meet you.
Inosuke, yeah, Inosuke is over here. Sorry, my hands are kind of full, so.
For you. Is 1060 decent? Yeah. So this one right here, is it a reason that it's marked down so low, $85?
Got a lot of them and just blowing them out. We don't do this for a living, so it's just we got too many actually. So is that particular one we are selling on consignment, and the consigner has 300 of them. He's trying to get rid of them. He's trying to move them.
So he just says, just get rid of them.
I think we make $3 on them, but we don't care. It's an awesome deal on a sword.
Seawave Wax sounds like a brand for surfboards. Heck yeah!
Don't you have fun? You enjoy it?
Would 2 months be the same for a Kogurasa style? Gavin, that's another story. An actual new blade is going to take a freaking crap long. However, we are making some Kogurasa, so that might be a little faster. We don't have Obani. Do you personally prefer the longsword or katana, and why? Yes. Deer Trail, just when you use your @ just write @ in parentheses. Maybe that'll come out a little better. Do you have any long swords? We have some here, but Mark took a lot of them to the competition.
Yeah, Mark took them to.
He took our cloud hammers.
Yeah.
Was that a cloud hammer?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why didn't you take this one? Ha! Anyway, that was the one that went to the Queen's Gambit last time and did really well. We don't have Guts Dragon Slayer.
Listen to the sound.
A red blade. Ching! Hey, yeah. We're in RVA. We are on Cary Street between Carytown and VCU, kind of right across from Shindig's. We've been here longer than Shindig's has. This is the War Sword. Black Emma, yes, Black Emma right over here.
I mean, the gold on this is like a neat.
Red blade, we will find a red blade in a moment. Actually, here's a partially red blade for you. But we do have some that are high functioning red blades. Yes, we're on West Cary. 1909 West Cary if you want to see us. You can actually see the address on the top of the window up there. Do you want to show the geisha blade? The Oiron blade? Oiron. All right, what happened? You gonna check on that?
Make it hurt? Make it hurt?
No, we're just dropping off your stuff.
You break it, you buy it. Here we go.
He better start working. He better start working. I'll get paid for work.
This is one of the APOCs?
Right.
No, those are durable. So. Yeah. Proof enough. Kid knocks over sword and no problem with it at all. Because it's APOC, it is a apocalypse sword. Is what we call it.
Did you break something?
Let's see. Guts Dragon Sword would weigh over 300 pounds. Yep. 1095. We do have some in 1095. I have some of your wooden swords for my kids. They love them. Awesome, Amon Ra. Thank you. Now that you say the names of these, what's the coolest named sword in your opinion? I don't know. That Moonveil Katana is looking so good. Can't wait until it's back in stock. Yeah, we thought we sold out of it. We found one in the stock room. We added it to inventory. It was gone within 12 hours.
The whirlwind is the coolest.
The Whirlwind. Someone wants to know the weight of that sword, so we're going to weigh that out later today. Which swords did he show? I just showed the Geisha Blade. He is showing the Cloudhammer Whirlwind. So we jumped from like very cheap swords to very expensive swords right here. Slicing a sword with a tatami mat, that would be pretty hard. The other way around is usually a lot easier. 1045 carbon steel is definitely not the best. 1045 carbon steel is kind of like your bare minimum.
For us, we don't go lower than 1045.
Should I come by the store? You know, you're always welcome.
We're here till 4 today, so please go on by.
Yeah. We can ship to Australia, but if you're in Victoria, you need a permit. Gavin Stewart says he likes the Whirlwind better than his old Hana. So
Really?
Yeah.
The Hana's an awesome sword, but it's so lightweight, isn't it, Gavin? It's just light. It's beautiful. That SKS 3 steel is just beautiful at home. It's so light.
Here's where Scott goes and says he designed it and how awesome it
I
is.
didn't say that. I love it though.
I said it for you. Any rusting swords? Not that we know of. Hopefully not. 1095 better. I would say S5 shock steel is better because it can handle way more. Yeah.
1095 is no joke. We love it.
Yeah. It depends on what you want to do. Like if you want, like 1095 has superior edge retention to S5, but S5 will break a 1095 sword any day of the week.
Yeah.
So it really depends on what you're looking for. Any green colored sword? Yes, we do have green colored.
No green blades. Lots
Well,
of
let me
green.
post your email. What is a practitioner? A practitioner is someone who actually goes and practices swords, like people who practice drawing and cutting. Here's a big green one here. Show the shop, please. We'll do it like Titanic style. I'm on top of the world. All right, there we go. Or wait a minute, what is it? What is that one? When they set, is that Braveheart where you see him spin around like you follow the camera?
Coming off the street is kind of cool. When you come off, when you open the door, come out, go outside, come in.
But that requires me to go outside and it's hot.
Oh my God.
Screw that. Actually, it's not that bad today,
The
but
laziness in this.
yes, it is actually laziness. Showcase our most expensive one. Maybe you did already. I just joined. No worries, Savior. So our most expensive modern sword, modern katana that is a newly made katana, is the what do you call it? The Kawa Nakajima from Dragon King.
I do want to thank you for getting out of bed and coming in, though.
Well, I try. Let's see. I found a katana in the middle of the woods when I was younger. I still actually have it. Awesome. You know, Deer Trail, you can also try the at with an at in parentheses and a dot in parentheses as well. Maybe that'll work. And maybe put space between this com or whatever. 1095 is tried and true. Yeah, it's more than enough. Yeah, 1095 is great. Great stuff.
1095 right here.
Here's a 1095. This is the Reaper, one of our favorite cutters ever. It's just like, it's an amazing cutter. And whooshes.
Between 1095 and 1060.
1095 is 0.9% carbon, so a little more carbon content.
Better, much better edge retention.
Better edge retention. Yeah.
1060 is probably a little bit more durable, just a little.
1060 is no joke, but 1060 is kind of a median. Good flexibility, good edge retention. It's a, sort of a good value.
Yeah, 1060 is like probably a good balance between edge retention and toughness.
Okay.
So there isn't one sword that will do it all. You got to figure out what you're looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
I just
Deer
wanna-
Trail.
The
Oh,
one
yeah.
that I bought from you guys.
They are sharp, Nahi. They're all sharp.
Wall, that's just, I want to keep it for decoration, but I also want one so I can cut some bamboo in the yard. I think I'm gonna get this one.
Yeah, one new one. I got a new one. Like you got one.
Please. All right, Matt, see it first. Pick the best one.
Any blades made from jewel steel? We have some antiques that are made of tamahagane. We also have some made of Chinese tamahagane. Fukushima Masanori Samurai Tachi is my dream sword. Some people keep on talking about that, so I have to find out what that is exactly. Is 1095 and 1060 like the name of metal on the blades? Yes, they're types of steel. 1095 is about 0.9.5% steel, or 0.9.5% carbon, and 1060 is 0.6% carbon. We do not have Obani. T10 versus 1095. In practice, they're about the same. Custom swords, like I wanted a functional Jon Snow sword. Yes, we can. We do have that one on occasion. We don't have it right now. What do you value more as someone who works with swords and knows a lot about them? A sword that is made traditionally and is air at practical use, or a sword using modern methods that would be better? It really depends on what I want to do. I mean, for me personally, I like to collect antique swords, which I have zero plan of cutting with. But at the same time, I like to cut with modern day steel swords. Let's see. Ame no Habakiri, yeah. Do you have any katana with authentic Japanese silk, ito, and sagyo? Yes, we do. Several of the Dragon King models do. Ame no Habakiri right here. Ame no Habakiri. Oh, please tell me you guys have Sai. We do not have Sai, sorry. Wonkiest sword? That's hard to say. Heaviest we probably have are the Claymores. Most expensive katana we have here is the modern, unless you're talking about antiques, we have a $9,000 antique. Deer Trail, jewel steel blades from Japan start at, for katana, I think $1,750 is what we had. Jonathan Ramsey, we're at 1909 West Cary Street, halfway between Carytown and VCU on Cary, right across the street from Shindig's. Come visit us sometime. We're open today until 4. Modern day steel is way better than traditional steel quality. Yeah.
That's what Randall said.
Here are antique swords over here. There is a glare off the case, but you can see we have lots of antique swords over in here. Some of these are basically about between 150 and 700 years old. Folding did help old steel. You know, basically pre-modern steel, folding was kind of necessary to distribute the carbon and get rid of impurities. Modern day steel, you don't need to. Modern day steel, in fact, folding, you know, basically screws with the quality. Is the ashi on the kokurasu maru leather or suede? It is leather, Gavin Stewart. South side, yeah, cool deal. Come cross over the bridge one time, or one of the bridges. We're at 1909 West Cary. Custom depends on how custom you own it.
What's the shop's Venmo?
John Kong 804.
John Kong,
They said Florida is the capital of katanas in America. Do you find that to be true? There are actually a lot of really nice collections in Florida. Ray Singer, who is one of the most knowledgeable people of antique Japanese swords, he says that some of the best collections are in Florida. Yeah, Japanese swordsmiths are highly talented because they are using really poor quality steel but making a very excellent weapon. 4408. How many katanas do we have? We probably have about 400 katanas in here, plus another 100 of different types of swords. Yeah, the only time you should fold your steel is if you're making steel from ore, unless you're making Damascus. Yeah, Shinobu, we do. If you mean Shinobi like a ninja sword, we have those. If you're talking about Shinobu from Demon Slayer, we also have that one right here.
Right. Awesome.
Here's the Shinobu sword right here.
This is personally what I was on. One of these.
He was faster on the draw than I was.
That's what,
There's Shinobu right there. Where does W2 rank compared to the shock steel? Nowhere near it, Gavin.
W2 is beautiful though.
W2 is beautiful. It's closer to like clay tempered. It's a little tougher than clay tempered 1095. Any Yamato 13th century swords? I have one at home, but I don't have it here.
Yamato school? Yamato.
Yamato, yeah, the Yamato tradition of the Gokuden. Yeah, I have quite a few Yamato swords, but we don't have any here. Do you have that blue steel sword from those blue-eyed samurai anime? We do.
75, 85, 85, 85. Yep.
the one at the top is 70?
But you have to have a pair here in order to buy one.
Wait, sir, I believe his parents right behind it.
Yes,
Okay, fair enough.
it's not broke.
I actually knew that. I just wanted to show how safe we were.
That too.
We actually have a real meteorite blue-eyed samurai sword coming.
Can you show the Dragon King Hana?
Yes, ma'am.
We love the
The
Hana.
ones that you were looking at, which one were you? Which one was that?
It's right here, John. Top of the second rack.
I really like how it has that little cherry blossom on it. I think it's a really nicely done piece right there.
This one, because of just this leather strap and all of it.
Yeah, they
But
gotta
my
do that.
favorite character.
We'll see
They
next
all
time.
come, they all come
All right,
with
take care,
that
guys.
leather
Have a good weekend.
strap. They all come with the leather strap.
Oh, they do?
They all do.
Oh, that's nice. How long does this blowout last?
Until we get rid of them.
Get rid of them because.
Dang, if you do the sword that fast, you'd win
any.
any duel.
One of our partners basically had their Amazon.
What's your best sword for $500?
The Reaper.
Right here, the Reaper, $500, 1095, carbon steel, Choji Hamon, really deep sori. We love this. It's on John, Mark, and I's list of the top 3 cutting swords here. So
I'm considering buying it, just that you don't get it till Christmas.
Just keep it there and mock him the whole time.
Oh yeah,
And then he's bad, just like okay, it's going in the trash.
we have not forged swords. What's the heaviest sword? Oh, heaviest sword.
Claymore.
Yeah, probably the Claymore.
no.
Virgil. We have 4 versions of Virgil's sword from Devil May Cry.
I'm sorry. I do not want to be honest with you.
This is the Nodachi version,
So,
$250, 65 MN spring steel.
We sold one of them overnight.
yeah.
Samurai Champloo we don't have. We love Samurai Champloo. In fact, I'm playing it right there on the screen.
Thank you.
You guys have a good weekend. Take care, guys. Yep. This is another version of the
Same fittings. but
same
it's
fittings. This is a
Katana version.
T10. No, this is 65 MN, same steel.
65 MN.
Then we have a T10 version.
T10 version is really nice.
Really, really nice. This one
This
is
is
the
not it.
this is a Takemitsu. This is a bamboo version. My guy playing. What do you say? My guy playing
The banger Samurai Champloo in the back, my man. I love Samurai Champloo. I subbed. I'd like to order the Reaper. It's available on our website. Go to rvakatana.com and search for
We
Reaper.
have several versions.
We do have Enma from One Piece. It's right there where John is. Purple. Broadswords would take up space. Yeah. Store name's RVA Katana. RVA short for Richmond, Virginia. We're in the United States in Virginia, Richmond, Virginia.
You can find us online, rvakatana.com.
Wait, do you do video game stores? Do you have Sakai's Katana? Yeah, of course. Jin Sakai. Yeah, we love
We
video
have 3
games.
versions
We
of
have
Jin Sakai.
Sekiro. We have 3 versions of Jin Sakai Clan Blades. This is a higher end version made from T10.
Really beautiful online. I'm not sure if you can see it through the grease on the blade.
And we have a 65MN version, which a little more true. The furniture is a little more truer to the game, but really, really nice blade. And we have the Tanto for those as well. And what other video games? We have Ninja Gaiden. We have Elden Ring, Sekiro. I think as far as video games, that's all we have at the moment. Is the wooden sword sale still active? Yes, it sure is. So the wooden sword, it's only for these top 6 from Demon Slayer. So it's going to be Zenitsu, both Tanjiros, Rengoku, Giyu, Sanemi. But if you buy 1, they're 30 each. If you buy 2, they're 25 each. If you buy 3 or more, they're 20 each. And if you buy a katana, we give you one of these for $15, half off. So we're just trying to move them. We are moving them for one of our Forge partners. Devil May Cry, we just showed. We got 4 versions. And we have the DMC 3 as well. Do you have Giyu's sword from Demon Slayer? Hell yeah, we do. Here's Giyu's. The thing I like the most about Japanese swords is that they've been produced with almost the same technique for so long. There is an evolution, and they're still going. But, you know, the Japanese had really poor raw resources. So what's amazing is what they're able to create with such crummy raw resources. You know, the Chinese have been forging blades for 1,000 years longer than the rest of the planet. They're probably the masters of metallurgy. But, you know, the Japanese sword worked for what they had and how they fought. And that's what's most important. Good morning to you. Do you have any Tanto that aren't antique? Oh, man.
We have lots of Tanto. We have a wall of Tanto.
We have den of Tanto.
the Tanto Den.
Tanto den.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
These are all Tanto we have here. We got lots of them. Which are some of your favorites, John? What do you personally like?
I'm a Ray Skin
Let's
fan.
see what John
I
likes.
don't actually see. We must have sold out.
Third one down from the fish. Oh, that one. That's a nice one, yeah. Can you reach it?
I can.
You know, I can't. This is really
That's
pretty.
it out with Ray Skin.
Yeah.
Check out the dragons on it. Oh, I wish this one had a hole for a
I know.
Kozuka. Then
I
I would
know.
have gotten a Cloud Hammer with that too. But
You know, the one right there on the same rack you're looking at under the red one. I love that one. Yeah, this one's just really pretty. It's got a really nice painted side.
everything about it, even the Tsuba is really nice.
Really
too.
nice imported Japanese silk sageo. T10. It's really beautiful. We don't have Sephiroth. T10 is better than 1060 and pretty much sure T10 is just Luke 1095. So yeah, T10 and 95 are similar.
the same.
T10 actually is a little better. The
Has a little
tungsten
bit of
gives a little
silicon.
better silicon. It gives a little better edge retention, but basically on paper. You know, some people are like, I gotta have a certain sword. Like you can't even bend 1045, kid. Sit down. But you know, we love 1095. T10's about the same.
I prefer 9260 spring steels.
Yeah, spring steels are great too. We love Cloud Hammer plays in a lot more extreme steels.
Extreme steels.
Extreme.
That should be like a TV show.
Go to a gun store. We go to gun
Oh,
stores.
yeah,
We're gun
we have
people
a customer
too.
coming
So we're not just sword people. H&K all the way.
in. How are you
Screw
guys?
your gloves.
Oh,
What's up, guys? How are you? You're welcome to take a look. Just to see if you can draw them out. Draw them this way if you don't mind paying attention, please. Never draw a sword like this in this shop. Pull the handle, pull the scabbard off. Don't take it all the way. Don't touch the steel with your fingers. And definitely don't slam it together. Let's take a look around.
Usually the more ornate side of a Tsuba is going to be the side facing this way.
I was trying to say tradition is kept alive. Yeah, you're right. You are right. The tradition is kept alive. But, you know, there's only 180 some smiths in Japan, so it's definitely a dying art. Beretta, yeah, I'm H&K, VP9, USP 40, and P2000 all the way. I'm a Glock hater. I gotta have a hammer. Can you take down the purple katana behind you, please? Purple one? Yeah, we'll show you the purple one. Is there a difference between S5 shock steel and T10 or 1095? A big difference.
Huge difference.
Huge difference.
Different beasts altogether.
Yeah, S5 is just extremely durable. Think of it this way: T10 will shatter at 8 to 12 joules. S5 shatters at 186 joules.
So 12
So,
to 15 times
Yeah,
stronger.
it's
depending
just
on
that
your
much stronger. But you know, anybody saying they're doing the S5, they're probably not. It's extremely difficult. You gotta have the faculties, engineering, knowledge, craftsmanship, wisdom. and most places don't. So there's a lot of people passing off one steel as something else, and we hate that. We hate when companies say it's 1095 when it's really 1075 or 1065. And what are you going to pay $200 to have your sword analyzed? So you're going to believe the marketing, and it's a lot of BS out there. So we try to do our best to communicate exactly what the steel is. And we work very closely with the sword smiths. John talks directly to the smiths, not just their supervisors. So we have a pretty good bearing on.
Actually, it's usually the supervisors.
When we say
they're Smiths.
they're Smiths. You talk. When
Yeah.
we say it's what it is, it typically is. Zangetsu we do have. Why did some Tanto use naginata blades?
They actually didn't do that very often.
Yeah, that was on Tanto they did.
Wakizashi,
Wakizashi didn't want to show one of the tack wax or the nag wax. So during that Warring States period, there were just a lot of pole arms, and there wasn't any need for them anymore. And after 1603, 1615, there's no more samurai battles till you get to the Bakamatsu period. So they would cut them down and just turn them into wakizashis. They had an inventory of just pole arms. So, in fact, we have something interesting here. Up top there, we have a. You guys can see that thing. It's actually a nagamaki blade that's mounted in a naginata handle.
So it was originally a sword like this.
Yeah, originally one of these.
It was a sword like this, but then they later mounted it as a naginata.
So they're repurposing. I mean, these are really well-made, well-crafted blades, but as their culture evolved, they were able to kind of retrofit the blades to what they needed. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah. Hey, I loved my purchase from you guys. Awesome. And your support was quick and simple. Absolutely love the quality and appearance of them blades. I wish I could visit in person. Oh, we thank you very much. We try to do our best. Sometimes we're at the mercy of shipping or there's a problem, and we try to do the best we can, but we don't do this for a living, so we really want to do right by everybody. We appreciate your business and thanks for your patience. But yeah, glad you're enjoying it.
Viking sword.
Zangetsu. Show me Zangetsu. I'll come up with it right now. Well, I'll show you Zangetsu right now, pally. Here's the Tensa Zangetsu.
So this is
The
Ichigo.
Ichigo Bankai's. Yep.
We cut with this, and I was blown away by how well it cuts.
The Tensa's above that. That's the Ichigo Bankai, and then
Right.
the Tensa Zangetsu is right here. Yep. Has a really cool manji style tsuba.
Not
love-
the German, the bad German one.
I love long arm weapons with halberds and naginata and spear.
Forearms.
Yeah, I teach a naginata class every Sunday. I'm a big naginata freak. I want to go there when I save money. Yeah, come on up. Love to meet you. Your blades are so good. I'm planning on ordering one. Awesome. Gold Tachi up top, please. Gold Tachi up top. Gold Tachi up top. Oh, probably. Is it the not this one, right? Is it this
I
one?
showed that one.
That's the
It's not gold.
That's Afro Samurai. Gold Tachi up top. Maybe
Maybe this one,
yeah.
or it could be the other.
Is Manchurian Railway steel stronger than T10 or is it about the same?
Well, the benefit of Manchurian Railway steel, T10 has better edge retention, but Manchurian Railway steel is very cold resistant, which most steels, even S5 shock steel, once you drop below 0 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius, then it becomes a little less tough. But Manchurian Railway steel was able to maintain its toughness.
So there you go. It's a very situational
Here's
context,
This is also
contextual.
a huge touchy from Cloudhammer, S5 shock steel.
Can we get Cloudhammer shirts in cardinal like John's? Yeah, I can make you one. I
This
make
is
them.
burgundy.
I'll make you one. We have a bunch of shirts. We just ordered a bunch of shirts. We got like 500 shirts coming.
You probably can't see it, but this one has an Okisaki.
Do you sell that, bro? Yeah, we sell that.
It might be a typo, dude.
Left wall. Do you have katana? We have a lot of katana,
We have
bro.
a lot of katana. I put that up there so I can read the damn comments.
Unable to verify RSC. Come on, man.
What's going on?
I got sausage fingers. You didn't even grab it. There you go. Look at you go. Wow. You're my hero.
I can't take him anywhere.
What kind of big chungus apocalypse blade do you have in the shop? I love it, big chungus. We just need to. We should have named the.
Big Chunkus.
We should. Next time we get anything like the kaiju, we're just gonna call it the big chungus.
Big Chunkus. I wish they had saved the kaiju specs. I would have gotten more of those.
Do you guys happen to know when it was more common to carry wakizashi instead of tanto? Well, only commoners were allowed to carry a tanto or wakizashi. Only the samurai could carry the long and the short as a symbol of their status. Some samurai prefer a tanto over a wakizashi. So it's not a one. They typically would not wear. They wouldn't wear three: a tanto, wakizashi, and katana.
But if you're on the battlefield wearing a tachi, you'd have tachi kodachi and perhaps a kuridashi, or a hamdachi, or a smaller blade used for stabbing and armor. But commoners were allowed. The samurai were only 10% of the population. They ruled the other 90%. So there's a lot more wakizashi and tanto out there than katana, simply because there were a lot more civilians that weren't allowed to carry a long sword. So there you have that. You guys ship overseas? We do, but know your import laws. So it changes. So there are some countries we used to ship to a couple years ago that we can no longer ship to anymore. So really know your import laws. Those are fluid and changing. I've only just joined. Did you unbox antiques? Not today. We unboxed some antiques yesterday, a die show. This one's a beautiful sword. This is
The Midnight Tide.
yeah, SX105V with
Beautiful
just a
hamon.
beautiful hamon on this.
It's not exactly a choji. I'd say it's a budon.
They have a really great selection. I was just down at their shop yesterday. Oh, awesome. Oh yeah, Artie. Hey Artie, how you doing, pal? You salivating over your
Sea Wave.
Sea Wave? It's such a beautiful sword. We'll show you what RD picked up from us. He ordered it. Got one of the first ones. They sold out. Oh, right over here, buddy.
Oh, did you
We actually have the die show for this from Dragon King, which is a company renowned for their
This is
fitment.
also one of our most expensive swords in stock.
Yeah,
For modern swords.
he got one of the new batches of the Sea Wave. It's a very popular sword amongst collectors, practitioners. Just really well made.
It's a very beautiful
Yeah.
sword.
What type of katana did Miyamoto Musashi carry? Whatever. I mean, we have some of his Tsuba. He has a trademarked Tsuba, which I noticed we sold the last one of the.
Oh, really? Was that the last one?
Yeah,
The last one?
we saw that. Yeah, that's sold. So that's
The new version of this that we're getting will actually have a rosewood side.
yeah. So this is the Tsuba that I would use, which is a double gourd shape. Miyamoto Musashi did fight in the Sengoku Jidai period, so he probably used a very beefy, sword that would be
You already put Moonveil aside.
indicative of that era. But probably a Niten Ichiru Hyoho person would be able to better answer exactly which sword he used. But I will tell you, he did not invent dual wielding. That was used way, way, way before him, but he just made it very popular. Of the 60 or so duels that he fought to the death, he didn't fight a single one with two swords, however. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? I saw on the website that if I buy a sword, you get a wooden one. Can you explain more on that? Yeah, so we have some wooden swords that we're blowing out from Demon Slayer. They're normally like $50, but we're blowing them out. So we have 6.
Specifically these 6.
Yeah, these 6. This one's Tanjiro with the Rengoku Tsuba. Nichirin, we have Zenitsu, the original Tanjiro, Rengoku, Giyu, and Sanemi. If you buy a regular sword, we just knock the price off at half, so $15. Just get something cool for your kid or for a cosplayer, just to have fun with.
Or for yourself.
Or for yourself, yeah.
Because you can do all kinds of fun. You can practice all your quick draws and not worry about cutting.
This is a
yourself.
retail store. Yep, thanks, Ray. How much did your swords help you when we dropped
Oh, someone's being an
the
asshole.
sun on you, Jackie Chan? You're a cocksucker.
So somebody
Somebody
banned-
take Jen and ban
somebody
him.
ban him. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
Why do
take-
some of your swords have a brand name? Because it's the Forge. Dragon King's a Forge. Cloud Hammer's a Forge.
Yeah,
So it's
Armor's a Forge.
it's not so much a brand. It's the Forge that makes it. Moonveil. So we just sold out of our last Moonveil. John will show you. We'll show you. We have more coming. You guys have a good day.
We thought we sold out of it. Then we found one, and then we listed it online. It lasted about 12 hours before it was sold again. It's a really pretty folded steel blade with all these accents on it. It is clay tempered as well. Very nicely done sword.
Okay, you said you're not a Miyamoto Musashi fanboy, but who was your favorite swordsman? Tsukahara Bokuden. Tsukahara Bokuden is one of my favorites. Sasaki Kojiro is one of my favorites. Hajime Saito is one of my favorites.
Murderer.
Yeah. Miyamoto Musashi was just a disheveled sort of bum. He was an amazing fighter, but
Sakamoto Ryoma.
Sakatomo Ryoma is one of my favorites too. Yeah.
Of course, he was more likely to shoot you with a gun.
Yeah, he'd probably shoot you with a gun.
Before he cut
And then when he ran out of bullets, he'd run up and cut you. Does the sword help with what? I didn't see that message deleted. If you're deleting message, right? If anybody's typing anything offensive, just ban them. Permaban. Sword Saint is number 1. Yeah, I mean, whatever. He's definitely awesome. He's definitely left a legacy, but sometimes myths are bigger than the actual facts.
I would say most historical figures that.
And not just in Japanese culture, pretty much all
George
world culture
Washington?
glorify. Yeah, George Washington. Everybody glorifies their
Napoleon?
warriors or warrior culture. We don't hate Miyamoto Musashi. We love him. I'm just not a Miyamoto fanboy. I don't like freak out or deify him. There's a lot of other great swordsmen throughout Japanese history. Yeah, I haven't heard of them. They sound cool. I agree. Miyamoto did sound like a douche. You know, he was amazing, Skylar, but it's just he was disheveled. He was, you know, in his search for perfection and swordsmanship, he was, you know, he killed his first person when he was 13 years old, which is pretty amazing, right? But he was always just disheveled and, you know, nobody wants to be a Ronin. We glorify Ronin in our culture, but a Ronin means you can't feed your family. You don't have a job. So nobody would ever want to be a Ronin. So there's a lot of, like, we think of Ronins like a wolf pack of one, which is not how it is from a Japanese perspective. So you definitely want to have a job and be able to eat. So a lot of Ronin, believe it or not, sold their swords in the side was just a handle. This is awesome. This is Dark Sentinel. This just came out. We just got it back.
So we
Hattori Hangover was a ninja, not a smith, right? Right, correct. Hattori Hanzo was a feudal lord that was a go-between. He was the Iga Ninja Jonin.
This one has this
That's
piece
where you
that
have to
goes
be
in. I just
careful.
noticed that.
Yeah, you gotta be
How cool
careful.
is that?
Yeah, Hattori Hanzo was the Iga Ninja Jonin that kind of was worked for Tokugawa Ieyasu, and kind of bridged Iga and Koga ninja clans together to assist the Tokugawa
But he
shogunate.
would not have been called a ninja.
No, he would not be called a ninja.
Shinobi would have been more.
But he was very well respected by the ninja because he'd bring them work. As a Polish person, I can definitely say we also have the glorious, the Hussars. Yes.
Is that Wolfgang?
I don't
Is that
know.
Wolfgang?
No, it's not. It's just M, but you know what?
Okay.
We agree with you.
Yes, we have a guy, a drive-by guy, Wolfgang, who always comes in and says, "We love katana, but the Polish saber is the best. Polish is our saber."
Brandon says, pop culture has done amazing things in the West for katana. Most people don't realize it was always a last resort weapon. You're so true, Brandon. Most samurai during that Warring States period of 150 years would not have died from a sword. Less than 5% did. More died by rocks, 12% than swords. Most would die by guns, bow and arrows, pole arms. We're talking 20-foot-long spears. Japan had more guns in their country in the 1600s than all the countries combined. So it kind of gives you an example of just how important they were. But you know, when you lost your battlefield weapon and your weapon broke, then and only then when you resort to just your sidearm, which is what the katana was.
They love guns more than Americans.
But in the 1600s, you know, in 1603, when the Edo period started, you know, the swords were worn as a status symbol. Most samurai skills had waned; they weren't using them as much. There was a lot of
samurai were pencil-pushing bureaucrats.
yeah, they're bureaucrats. They were dueling. So you really have to understand the history to appreciate where they are now. You have to understand how they got there, and the
But there
history
was
is
a
really important.
revival of swordsmanship in like the 1850s. Like
Right at the end, yeah,
Right
the
at the end.
Bakumatsu period, which is the end of the Tokugawa Bakufu, where you see like a last hail from the Muromachi period, Nambokucho period. Certain blades were being crafted. One last hurrah. Lots of
we have a
murdering going
sword
on.
from the Bakumatsu period.
Yeah, we do have one. We'll show you something. Oh, John's opening up. Woo! John's going to show you a sword from that Bakumatsu period, a Kinoto. Tosa Kinoto.
Dope.
I have an important question. Did samurai use shields? You know, they didn't. Well, when they were using guns, they used a sort of pseudo shield, but the way we think of shields like from Hima or the West, no, they did not use shields in that way.
This one, this one has two Mekugi holes.
Yeah.
I did not realize.
This is a really old Kinoto from the Bakumatsu period with ware.
They tend to be very wide.
and has some battle damage. Doesn't this one has some ware on it?
This one has wade on it.
Yeah, it has ware. So some D-Lam, perhaps from battle damage or just age. Hard to say, but this is definitely a hefty. But you notice how straight it is.
Yeah,
Very
a lot
straight
of-
blade. So
Because they were practicing kendo, they wanted
Yeah.
swords that resembled their kendo shinai. So they got all these swords that were relatively straight.
you know, when you look at a Japanese sword, we almost always want to go to the hamon first, that temper line. What we want to look at is the curvature and the width of the blade. It starts to tell you what time period you're looking at. Then you zero in on the hamon. But you know, when you look at appraisers in Japan, what they look for is they're starting to look at what am I holding here. So the curvature starts to tell tales about what, you know, starts to tell the story about how old it is or what period.
Shape.
Yeah, sugata, and then you have then you have the width of the blade that says a lot about it, and then you look at the hamon. You start getting into the nioi and the jie, the actual grains of the steel.
Grains.
I love the care and gentleness he uses when handling the old sword.
Not really. I just happened to didn't want to buy
The,
that
old,
stuff against the case.
the oldest sword we have right now is in the case. It's actually a 700-year-old sword, 700 minimum, probably close, maybe over a little 700 years old. So
So this one right here is 700 years old. It goes inside those fittings, which are about 100. Well, the metal pieces are 100 and some years old, but it has new wrap and stuff like that. Relatively new wrap.
samurai had no fear of death. That's what made them so fierce. It was victory or death. History of mankind is incredible. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean,
A lot of that is.
maybe you could
also-
say if you're afraid of death, maybe you have something to live for. So it's just different perspective. You have to understand from the Japanese perspective, life is the burden and death is the release from the burden that's life. Here in the West, it's the opposite. Death is the burden. So it's a different cultural. Well, once you understand the Japanese mindset, it starts to understand why they take their lives or why they're willing to put their life forward because death is that release. Maybe might see it as morbid, but it's just culturally different. And John's here showing us the sword umbrella that we just got in. We love these things, $25. We saw some place selling for $60. We're like, are you kidding me? So we got a bunch in and we're selling them for like
Our local museum.
basically what
selling
we, basically for what we paid for them, but we just think they're so cool. We're like, sword umbrellas, we must carry that. We actually have a real sword umbrella. John, if you want to show them the real sword umbrella.
How do you just again? I can't do it.
You want to grab the sword umbrella, John? Show 'em
Yeah,
that?
so I was trying to get the thing back in, but I couldn't figure out how to lodge it in there. Sword umbrella here.
Don't attack me yet. I gotta unscrew my sword. That's crazy philosophy. Never thought about it like that. Yeah, I mean, I think you really have to understand. You can't just take one part of the culture and dismiss the rest. You have to understand their history, language, culture, philosophy, food, art, religion, and that puts it all in perspective. When we just take one part out, we're not really understanding how it all fits. So understanding their philosophy on life, and of course, religion, like Buddhism and Shintoism, also play a big part in how they lived their lives back then. So then it helps you to piece in why the samurai did what they did the way they did. Sometimes I wish guns were never invented. Hard to believe that most warriors were actually farmers. Yeah, horror. Most samurai fought in open combat for honor, while ninjas, shinobi did not.
That's also
That's kind of a misnomer
yeah.
too, I think. And I'm not saying you're completely wrong, Stephen. But
shinobi means a spy. For the most part, most of them are not
think
warriors.
of ninja shinobi as an occupation, a vocation, and less as a group of people, and you might have a better understanding. A lot of samurai were also ninja. Look, our modern military has SEALs and Rangers and stealth forces. Most military around the world have that, and the Japanese are not any different. They had, the Chinese had vagabonds. Most warrior cultures had stealth troops, shock troops, nighttime stealth type stuff, subterfuge, spying. So if you look at it like that, you start to open up a little bit. I couldn't imagine getting mugged in the rain and be like, hold on, let me just 10 seconds to unscrew the katana. I know, right?
I wish they had a quick release for that.
I know that we had a quick release for it, but yeah, we're with you too. We just think it's cool. Let's be honest, not everyone was brave and fearless. Japanese people were people like everyone else. So true. John and I are both married to Japanese women. We can attest to that. Ninjas like secret agents. So true. But, ninja were also a group of people that lived, sort of like punk rockers, that lived in the mountains where rice could not be grown, where they could be left alone. So there were people that didn't agree with the shogunate, didn't like being, the shogun, the samurai were the bad guys from our perspective. They were military dictators, they were occupiers. So there were people in Japan that didn't necessarily feel they wanted to be,
They were the preppers before preppers.
Yeah, and the ninja were across to be seen like that. There are about 70 families in Mie-ken, used to be called Iga, and Koga, neighboring Koga prefecture, and you see some of that too. So it's kind of a little fuzzy area, but for the most part, the term ninja is actually kind of new. They weren't actually called ninja during that time period. They were called onmitsukage, or shinobi no mono, shinobi, or kusa. Shinobi were majority of ex-samurai turned farmer, actual farmers. That's true as well. How much are you selling this sword umbrella for?
$425.
$425 for the actual steel one, but the plastic one we just showed is $25. Yep. Are your swords real? And dude, they are. How much would it usually cost to buy a customized katana? We get this quite a lot.
Depends on what steel you want.
There's so many variables. It's like saying I want a custom car. Well, what size engine? What kind of wheels? What chassis? What creature comforts do you want? How do you want it to look? You want leather or cloth? There's a lot of questions. So custom katana, they pretty much start at what would you say, John? $500? 300, John says. Oh, from Phoenix Arms, yeah. $300 and work their way up. So if you're interested in something, join our Discord, discord.gg/RVA Katana. Message us through there, or just send us an email, rvakatana@gmail.com, and we'll see what we can do for you. Is it sharp? Most are sharp here. Some are sharper than others. Any cane swords? Hell yeah. We got a new one from Dragon King we'll show you, which is bitchin'. So this just came out from Dragon King. So it's a carbon fiber cane. See how John's walking? That's how he's going to start walking soon.
That did not lock in place like I thought it would.
Yeah, he didn't have
I
that.
couldn't wait to show that off.
But we had customers in here, so they might not lock the back. So this has a palm knife or push dagger built into the handle. So you have a sword, a cane, and a push dagger built in. We think it's cool.
They actually have another one that'll turn this into a fixed.
Yeah, turn sideways. Yeah,
You're not a fixed, but a lockback.
yeah. And you put it in there and turn it and lock. There you go. Yep. Isn't that cool? I love it. I don't think I'd go into an airport or court with that, but yeah. And then we have some others here, which are very popular. These are 325. Want to show one of the wood ones?
Oh, sure.
The wood cane swords. These are 325. We actually have customers using these daily in Richmond. Nice hardwood. And you know, what we like about this is they actually have to press the button to release the sword, so somebody just can't grab it from you, pull it out, or
And you have to stop. Wait.
like someone said, "Don't attack me! I gotta unscrew my sword." What's your favorite sword in terms of looks? Oh man, that changes almost daily.
I like gaudy.
Yeah, John likes a Suba that has at least 8 colors in it.
9.
9. Yeah, the Ehu. This is Heian period. Really, really beautiful. Kogarasu Maru blade profile. So it's got this rounded. This is when the Japanese were still influenced heavily by Chinese swords, and
They were starting to modify their Chinese
yeah,
swords.
starting to modify Chinese swords to kind of make them their own for how they fought. And that's one of John's favorites. What's my favorite one? Oh, I don't know what my favorite is. Oh, my favorite's this one. That SX105V. Did you get these in yet?
Nope.
Because you got to hold one for me because I'm buying one. This is my favorite. Beautiful. This is gaudy for me. I like just
Not a pearl handle.
Plain
Those
fire.
are race skin handles. These swords are all new. The handguard looks Chinese. Yes, it's called an ehutachi.
yeah. You seem to see a lot of Chinese influence because you know everything came from China.
EFU.
by Korea to Japan.
EFU. Ehu.
FU, but you don't. It's not a FU. FU. It's FU. FU.
It's kind of like a HF sound. Whew.
It's a sound we don't have in English.
Oh, Ray Who in the house. Long time no see, man.
Ray,
Great to have you here.
moderating like a fool.
Oh, is he? I
Yeah, we
haven't
appreciate
seen
you,
Ray in a
and
while.
all of your mods. We
Yeah,
appreciate you guys.
we love our mods.
There's a lot
Ray,
of
it's really
users.
early for you though. Because he's out in California. He's a California boy.
Get back to bed, Ray.
Let's see. Estimate on when Moonveil will be back in stock. Probably two. We'll get one in 2 to 3 weeks, and then we'll get a whole bunch of them. Well, probably 3 or 4 in another 6 weeks. Are we still waiting on Moonveil? Yes, Joey Small. Maybe we should get more. Unwavering Grace. Unwavering Grace is actually for a Christian sword. Is like this is where you wear your Christianity on your sleeve. Where is the Unwavering? Oh, here it is, right in front of my face. Right in front of my face. No, we can't let Scott touch it because then he might get shot. Even the Hamon are crosses. The Habaki has a cross engraving. Everything about this is Christian.
You guys have such smooth and clean drawing sheathing skills.
Scott's been doing it 40-some years.
Yeah, when you do it a lot, you get better at it, right? Repetition is the mother of all skill. But I'm left-handed, so it was really, really hard for me being left-handed. You know, most Japanese are right-handed, and all the sword arts, all my teachers in Japan are right-handed, so it was really, really difficult. Do you have Rengoku? We're sold out of Rengoku. No, you spelled it correctly, buddy. We're sold out of Rengoku at the moment. We'll have some back in. When, John?
Probably in about 2 weeks.
Man, I love to volunteer here just to learn from you guys. How's it going, guys? How you doing, pal? John and Scott, did you mail your stuff yet? Kind Mara says.
No. I was just thinking about it this morning.
You see the defeated look as he looked on the ground and said no? It's coming, Mara. Just hold on, Pally. You guys happen to fix real katanas, you know, but the guy just above you does. His name's Kind Mara. Shoot him an email, kind_Mara, M-A-R-A, @yahoo.com. Or join our Discord and just say, "Nate, I got some swords that need some help fixing." We've got several people on our Discord that are craftsmen, that we have Novath, Rob Elliott. We've got lots of people, Ryan here, that do a really good job. They do stuff for us. They do stuff for our Nihon To. So they do, yeah, John trusts them with an $8,500 sword. So if you need some work, they want a handle rewrapped or...
I actually did not trust him. I just only sent the Saya.
There you go. Well, it wasn't
But
necessary to send the whole
he has
sword.
my
Yeah.
possibly 1,000-year-old sword right now, so.
So Ryan has one of John's swords that's possibly 1,000 years old. So that says something right there. They sell. I'd also love to learn from them. They sound like great history teachers, and they're pretty funny. Well, you know, this is why we really do this. This is a big thing for us. We love history. You know, we say all swords matter, all cultures matter. All cultures have a sword in them. And the world's getting smaller, and the more we learn about each other, we think prejudice and bigotry fall aside. And, you know, if swords get you learning about another culture, what's wrong with that? That's right, nothing. So not just Japanese swords, but Africa has an amazing array of swords. If you watch Forged in Fire, it's why they make African swords as their challenge sword, because people probably never even seen it before. But the Americas, South America, hell, even in North America, we have swords. So we just love how swords tell a bigger story, history, language, culture, philosophy from another culture. And we find out you have swords in your culture, I have swords in my culture. We have more in common than in different. So we love how swords really get that
I think
conversation
back
started.
in the day, it was like, I have a sword in my culture. Oh, I have a sword in my culture. Let's fight.
Yeah, right. Swords bring us all together, John. Maybe not in the best way.
Exactly.
But we love the history, and we definitely think a sword is a launch point to just learning more about another culture or another time in history. So we're big fans of that. Do you sell the vertical tachi stands? We do. So we have a couple different versions. We have these versions here. There's a single and a double, and then we have this little nicer version here. It's $100.
I just realized the Black Gale has white wrap instead of black.
Yeah, the other one is the Vortex Prime. That's the Vortex Prime. That's the original OG Vortex.
But it's still white race skin.
Different
black
Suba
race
too.
skin.
Different Suba.
Different Suba as well.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Yeah. Did you not realize that?
I did not realize that.
Hi, I'm Scott with RVA Katana. How may I help you? I haven't smelled, but I think it's because of the resin in the tree or whatever. I haven't smelled. I don't know what you're saying there.
All right, we're going to be shutting down soon because we're getting hungry.
Oh yeah, we gotta eat. Americans have swords, yes. Indigenous peoples have them, absolutely. Absolutely, man. I think that's.
Say bye, Scott.
Guys, take care. Have a good one. All cultures have swords, so we're students of all of that. We get more if we could. It's hard to source them, and we're just out of room. So we're gonna shut down here. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll probably go live later on. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll show you that we are a real shop. Let's go outside. Here we go. That's Shindig's. Shindig's a very famous restaurant or a bakery in Richmond. So you come up here and you see swords sold here. Richmond's best sword shop by default. Making the world better one sword at a time. Hell yeah. It's a martial arts school, John's Kung Fu school. I teach a classical sword art here. And you come right in and look at this. Bam. It's almost like, holy crap. Look at all the swords up there all over the place. And in another room. So yeah, we're about to build more racks. So anything you see white space is going to be swords on it.
It'll be sword space before that.
So if you're coming to Richmond, we're now open 7 days a week. We were closed on Mondays. We hired one of my students, Maddie, so he's here on Mondays. And John's here sometime on Mondays too. So we are now open 7 days a week. We open 11 o'clock, 11 to 6. So if you're going to make the trek, heads up. Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for joining us.